Hi friends, how you doing? Welcome to Dual Wellness, or welcome back. Welcome to if you're new, if you're returning. Thanks for joining us. If you're new, whatever. So, thanks for joining me today. My name is Camille. I am half of the Dual Wellness team. My son Max is the other half, and Max isn't here today. He is living his life. So, I wanted to come on here and tell y'all about an experience that I had this week that was. It was pretty powerful, and it was something that I have been wanting to do for quite some time, and that was to take an in-person breathwork class, and it was really interesting. It was very, like I said, it was very powerful. I wrote down some notes because I kind of wanted to keep my thoughts together, and it's difficult to do that. So let's start with what breath work is. So I looked up the definition of breath work, and it's a breathing practice where the conscious control of breathing is said to influence a person's mental, emotional, or physical state with a therapeutic effect. So what it is it's a way of controlling your breathing. The particular practitioner that led this class that I took, she calls it circular breathing. We do a circular breathing, and we do I have heard it referenced as a heart focused breathing. It is this particular class was led by, her name is Sam Callawart. I think I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. I will link her, I'll see if I can link her Instagram, because she doesn't have a YouTube channel, but she does have a podcast. She has a Patreon. She has some great meditations, and she's super active on Instagram. Talks about breath work a lot. She's really cool. So even though if you're not local to Grand Rapids, Michigan, then she does some Zoom breathwork classes, and just she offers a lot of different things with it, and she's really, really good. So I have been curious about breath work. I have also followed another woman on Instagram that is a breath work, I think they call it practitioner. I'm not sure exactly what the actual title is, but she does it in Utah, and she does not do any online. She only does her name on Instagram is The Breath Within You, and she's great. And the more she talked about it, the more I wanted to experience it, and I knew it was something that I wanted to experience in person. I've done a lot of research on it, and there's a ton of YouTube videos on how to do it. There's some different meditations, some guided meditations, stuff like that. So there's a lot of information that's available out there. I just really wanted to do it in person because I had heard that it's more connecting, it's more powerful in person. So just keep that in mind. It's not, if you don't have anybody, if you're interested and you don't have anybody within your area that does it, look for, search out Sam or Sam Callawart or someone else. Look for the videos if you're curious about it. It was really, really an interesting and a powerful experience. So let me tell you what it was. So it was a 90-minute class. It was a 90-minute class, and we met at a studio in, like I said, in Grand Rapids. We met at a studio, and it was, we signed up online and stuff. And it was very, very well organized, lots of directions in the email and stuff like that came with it. I was really impressed. But for the class itself, you had to bring a yoga mat and a blanket, and a journal and a pen to write things, and a pillow and an eye mask and your water. And so you're walking in with all of this stuff, and it was funny because I get in, I like to show up to everything early. So they said show up at least 15 minutes before the class to set up. I was there, I think like 25 minutes early. But it was funny because there were people that were walking in with laundry baskets with all their stuff, and it was interesting. So you set up, there was a theme that is a focus with the class, and the focus and theme with this one was forgiveness and letting go. That was going to be our concentration. So she started out with introducing the class and explaining what the goal and everything was with the class. And then she led us in some journaling prompts for setting our intentions for the class, and I did that, and it was interesting, who you wanted to forgive, why you wanted to forgive them, what you wanted to potentially happen, with the breath work and stuff like that. So she did that, and then she led us in a meditation. And then we laid down on our mats. We put our face masks over. She had instructed us that with the breathing, it was going to be breathing for it. It actually turned out, even though it was a 90-minute session, after all of the stuff, the actual breath work itself, I think ended up being about 55 to 60 minutes long, and which was amazing because it seemed like it was like that. It was crazy, but so the way you're breathing, and I'll see if I can do this. So you're breathing for that amount of time through your mouth. It is all through your mouth, and you're breathing in and out, and in and out, and in and out with no pause. So a lot of times in meditation, I have a dog hair or something on me. A lot of times in meditation, it is you're breathing in, holding, breathing out, holding, breathing in. That's very common in meditation. But with this, like I said, you're breathing exclusively through your mouth, and she described it as taking a big, powerful breath in. So you're going, and you're doing it with your mouth open, laying down, and your mouth gets dry. And it's very interesting. It sounds horrible at first. It feels kind of horrible at first. It was, I was doing it, and for about the first 10 minutes that I was doing it, the music is kind of loud, so you don't hear like everybody else breathing and everything and all that stuff. The music is loud. She has a playlist that she shares afterwards. It's a very, they're songs that are very geared towards what you are supposed to be meditating on, breathing on, and what the focus is supposed to be. So this was forgiveness. She was guiding at certain points. And for the first 10 minutes or so, I was all up in my head. I was completely up in my head. I'm breathing. And I'm thinking in my head, well, this isn't working. This is not working. Oh, and so they ask you before you get started to have a couple of tissues. She has tissues there and stuff like that. And I was like, tissues. I mean, the different people I've heard that have done this have been like, oh, I cried and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not gonna cry. And I'm not a super big crier or anything. I cry when I get mad and stuff like that, when I get like beyond furious, but I'm not a giant crier. But so anyways, I got it. I did it. I'm a team player. So, for the first 10 minutes, nothing. I'm all up in my head. I'm breathing, I'm doing all the things, and I'm thinking in my head, well, this isn't going to work for me. This was, okay, cool, I tried it out, maybe my brain just is not open enough for this. I was doing all the thoughts. And then all of a sudden, something happened. I don't know what. I don't have the words to describe what the what was, but it was a transformative experience with images, and it was so interesting and so powerful. And I did cry. I didn't boohoo sob. I didn't do anything like that, but there were tears. And I had an eye mask on, so it didn't matter. So they just kind of soaked into my eye mask, whatever. But the funny thing is that you're doing that and you're breathing, and your nose gets stuffed up, so you got to breathe through your nose, your mouth anyways. But it was really, really interesting and really powerful. And I don't want to tell you like what I met, because it's deeply personal and everybody's experience is different, and my experience is my own. One of the things that I did, one of the feedbacks that I gave her afterwards that I thought was really, really, really cool. I'm a touchy-feely person with people that I love, my kids, stuff like that. I'm a big hugger and stuff, but I'm not necessarily comfortable with over touchy. I'm not a touchy person. But in the middle of doing it at random times, so she's walking around and she's guiding it and stuff like that. At random times, she would come up and touch my legs. She was doing it to other people and stuff like that, but she would touch my legs. And it was such an interesting experience when she did that, because it was oddly comforting. It was comforting and grounding. It made me feel safe in the experience. It was really cool. It was just really, really, really cool. And I made sure I let her know that, because I felt like that was really an important part of the experience. So anyways, that was what we did. And then she eased us out of it at the end of it. And then we had an opportunity to maybe journal some more. She gave us some ideas of, when you go home, here's something, you're feeling a little bit vulnerable after something like that. So it's, being very gentle. She recommended, magnesium when you get home, and do your own thing, do your own research, not that I'm recommending you take anything, tea, those kind of things. Just being very soft and gentle with yourself. And I went home. I slept great. I slept really, really well. It was awesome. So my takeaways were that it was really, really, really cool. It was a very cool experience. Will I do it again? Absolutely. I already plan on. She has different programs. She usually does a session at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. So I will be signing up for those, and I do plan on signing up for her Patreon. It was very, very cool. Would I recommend it? Yeah. Absolutely. If it's something that you've been thinking about doing and you want to, get that deep into, different things, it's cool. It is a cool, I always recommend you try anything once. So, well, almost anything. So I just wanted to come on here. Let me know if you have any, and let you know about the breathwork class. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know your thoughts. Have you done this before? If you have, what was your experience? If you're curious about it, if I can answer any questions or give you any information on it, I'd be glad to do that. So let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for hanging out with me. Give me the likes, thumbs up, the comments, all that good stuff. And I appreciate you. Max and I will be back soon. Thanks, you guys. Bye.